Hello there, YouTubers. Well, I hope I'm in the camera. It looks better than it does sometimes. It's cold out there. I'm going to switch chairs because I can only sit on a ladder. I guess they're made to go up things, up and down things. Everybody got a bucket of balls. You're going to need a bucket of balls. I'm pack rat. You know I'm into everything. Anyhow, I got to get a list out of my pocket. Let's see. First thing I want to do is thank a guy named Frank. Looks like Gillette, Gillette. I'm not good with names. He gave me a super chat or a super thanks, or I'm not sure what it is, but it was good. And I appreciate it. Thank you. The next thing I got to do is I found my chain. This is all it is. It's about 2 foot. It is a grade 80. And it's one of my favorite chains, and I try to not do that and lose it. Anyhow, I found it yesterday. I commented back on a couple of people that I found it. Then when I wanted to do this video, I couldn't find where I already got it, but I had left it in the trunk of my car. That's where it was. It was in the trunk of my car. So I found it and refound it. I'm going to go put it in the Kubota with the other ones. I usually keep them most of the time in a spot, but I try to keep pretty good track of them because they're lightweight, but they're grade 80, so they're strong. And that's the piece of one that got broke when I was winching a tree that was hung up in in one of the down trees in the movie, probably back in February or March. You could go find when I busted that, and then redid the chains, and it all turned out good. Now I don't know what this no lights means, but I wrote a note here and it says no lights, and I already forget what I meant. Maybe in the course of this. Oh, I know what it was. Somebody commented me that I don't have any Christmas lights out. This is probably the first year I didn't put Christmas lights out. It seems like every time you get them out, we have those icicle lights that go around the front porch. And we've cut back year after year after year after year after they've gone bad and gone bad and gone bad, to where we are down to no more. And at this age, I'm just not buying anymore. But we thought about it because of the grandkids. But then it's just getting to be another thing to get and store, and so it's just not happening now. If they happen to perk up next year and come on, then we might put them on, because I know we didn't throw them away. But that's what the story on the lights is, and I usually have a timer on them so they come on automatically and go off automatically. So that always worked out good, and had that for years. So that's what that was. I am bundled up. I am inside the greenhouse. It's 70 degrees in here, and the heat is not turned on in here right now. That's what the sun does. In the background, I might take you out for a little bit of walk around. If you've been following the weather, you know that there's a storm coming through, and now I imagine we're the last ones to get the cold, but the cold's coming in. It was 21 degrees when I came out about an hour and a half ago, and the wind out there is pretty consistent, up probably around 15-20 miles an hour. Don't know. I can set that down and lose that now. Anyhow, I'm doing all right working. I've been out for an hour and a half working outside, just doing... I'll tell you what I did. I went and checked foreign vehicles for antifreeze. Foreign vehicles are new to this place. Antifreeze is like the Detroit that I just brought up. I checked the antifreeze temperature in that. I checked the antifreeze in the 471 Detroit at the little Sawmill, because that one leaks and I dump in water a lot. That one's good to 5 below. The other ones are good to 35 below. I checked the antifreeze in the that chippers. That's new to me. Foreign vehicles are what's new to me. So now by next year they won't be foreign anymore. They'll be, and once I put the antifreeze in them and they're good, then I know, unless I add water. I also had to check a cat diesel motor that I bought to make sure that was okay. So I checked antifreeze in those vehicles. All the other vehicles, I just keep antifreeze in them. But since they were new to me, I thought it'd be best. So if you guys have new vehicles and you need to check the antifreeze in it, and you're probably already into this cold, and don't 10-gallon bucket of antifreeze is cheap for a big engine. You know, if it freezes and busts your engine, that's a lot more than the $10 you dump in there. So, kind of recommend it. Who knows how it's really going to cold? You know, you don't know how cold it's going to get. And the weatherman, they try their best to predicting. But a lot of times, well, it's going to go down to 0. But then they'll say, well, that's with the wind chill factor. So you don't know what that is. But I know the ground out there is really, it's really bizarre. My ground, all the puddles are still puddles, water. Okay, even though it's 21 degrees. And there's a wind chill factor. But the ground is so warm that when you step in those puddles and then you step on something, your shoe is frozen. That water freezes real quick, and the next thing you know, I've been slipping and sliding around here, and the mud, I had about a mud washout down where you go across the creek down there. That's a big mess down there. And I got stuck in the Kubota back by the little sawmill, and just that little bit of an incline up, I could not get up without spinning. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive. So it's kind of nasty out there. And I was going to split some wood by hand. I guess I shouldn't tell you this, but that's how I'm getting rid of telephone poles this year. The ones that I can't cut or messed up or something like that. Well, I have some of them that are 20 inches in diameter, so I'll split them one time. And I'm putting one of those in a boiler at night. Now, you might get on me for whatever. You know, if you are, go ahead. I used to burn nothing but telephone poles in that boiler when I was heating this greenhouse and I first got it. I saw them and I had so much stuff left over. And when they pick them up from Potomac Edison or Pepco, they go to a power plant up in Pennsylvania. So that's what they're doing them. They're burning them too. I know that I'm burning them hot enough that the inside of my boiler is snow white, so it's burning up any contaminants that are in there. The creosote is like burning fuel oil. Those logs, let me tell you, they burn good. So I put one big one in a night because I don't want to over choke it. And by then, everybody that's going to be out traveling around, if that smoke does get in the air, it'll be gone. So I'm all right with that. Like I said, I used to burn them 24/7 20 years ago when I was just heating the greenhouse. I'm not heating the greenhouse. So I was going to show you. Oh, I didn't bring my camera. The little thing that hooks the camera onto the tripod, so you're just kind of balancing there. Do you feel a little shaky up there? I'll show you a couple things in the greenhouse, then we'll walk outside. This would be a good time to hit the like button and the subscribe button. I guess I wish you all, I'm rambling on and rambling on, and wish you all a Merry Christmas. And stay warm, because it's cold out there. It's 77 in the house, by the way. I'll probably be out for about another hour. In here, it's toasty warm. You know, it's too hot. And I don't have layers on. I have a little bit of layers on the top, but not that much. Here's what I did to keep the heat from going in the greenhouse. I put the backup thermostat on this hot pipe. So I know this pipe won't freeze because I'm keeping it at 30 degrees, number one. Number two, I got ethylene glycol good to 5 degrees in this coil. So if it goes down to 0, I want the coil to get energized. So I put this on 5 degrees. And then I'm not trying to heat this whole space. That's one thing I wanted to show you. I showed you that I found the chain. What I find is real interesting. All the water, it even flooded the greenhouse in here. Can you see I don't know if you can see the water in here. I guess I'll pick this up. I'll never find that thing in the greenhouse. The bucket in there, that's the creosote that's coming off the boiler. And I got another 5 gallons to put in there. It smells like a smoker in here. It smells like a smokehouse. This is all the Cadillac wood. Now this is the hickory wood, and we kept weights of it. I had numbers on it. You know, I got numbers on all sorts of things and weather and stuff like this. But what's interesting, usually the wood goes down. You see that scale when it's up. Now watch. I'm going to raise up this and make that go down, so that's level. That stuff is picked up 2 pounds in all that rain we had yesterday. So you won't get any drier wood than that. It has stayed where it's at now for a long time. It started back, it was 686 pounds. 686 pounds on 114 of 21. I can't get in here. I got to get, I keep my kindling in here while I move these one-handed. There's kindling. That's the trims off the sawmill. See what this, and this has been at this weight for, oh, probably a year. It hadn't gone down any weight in a year. Yeah, it just piled up, horizontally challenged. Let's see. That right now is 480 pounds. 480 pounds, because see, I'm actually 80. It's all the way out here, so I'd have to go. I don't know if you can see this one. See them? I don't know if you can see the marks in there. We're going to come up 1 pound back here, or one slot. That's 10 pounds. So we're now at 80, and then we'll put this back till it comes up 82. So we're at 482 right now, and it's been 482. This was some other figures in here. It was 484, and then it got down to 479 was the lowest it went down. I guess that might have been last year at that time. But I keep track of woods just to see how long it takes to dry. There, I was going to start bundling kindling, and then I just, you know, I thought that these packs were a little bit too long. They're 18, 19 inches, so I cut them in half to that size there, and then I was just selling them to one lady. Kept buying them and buying them. That's all they were using in their fireplace, and it was a good friend of the wife, so I'd give her like 3 bundles for $5, you know, just get rid of it, because I have tons of it. I still have a great big box down in the lower section full of it. Anyhow, that's about it. We'll show you a little bit of the yard. I'm gonna go out there and jabber for a little bit until the wind's probably gonna knock you out. It's not too windy right now, but you can see we got a lot of 3-inch branches down. Boy, it's cold out here now. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I was splitting a couple pieces by hand, and the axe or the splitter or whatever I was using, there's wind coming in. Boiler just came on. First thing it does is blow all the steam off, and then it'll go clear. That's what happens when you put too much wood in the fireplace. I'm going back in where it's warm, guys. When the axe, the ground was soaking wet every place and muddy. And so what would happen was you would split a piece and you'd set the axe down for a minute, and then it would, because the axe was cold, it would freeze and get a pile of mud stuck on it. It was weird. It was, like I said, when you step with you, when I was putting stacking the wood, my feet were in the water. Then I got on the Kubota and drove it. My foot stuck to the gas pedal. I almost ran into something because I was trying to let off the gas, but it wouldn't let me let off the gas because it was weird. It was just weird out there. We'll walk down. I'm gonna put my hat on. We'll walk down to the big mill just for Christmas. But I think you're gonna get winded out. I might be able to show you those metal things that I got to drill the holes for. Trying to make a video because, like I told you before, it's going to be rough through the winter making videos because I wanted to have movie 1000, the red sawmill, and it just didn't work out. So then I figured, well, I'm going to do that for Christmas. Well, you got to go here for Christmas and go there for Christmas, and that just didn't work out. Now, Penny, my neighbor, I can see a big tree down over there. Can you see that? I don't know if let me see if I can zoom in on that. He's got a big tree down over there. Whoa, the camera zoomed out by itself. That's going to be really shaky. Let's get back. We'll come back to this yard. Yeah, he's got a big, that's a ash tree. He's got a whole flock of ash trees right there that are dead. Now I forget what I was talking about when I saw that. It's even weird walking on this stuff because it's weird walking because I guess the ground's frozen. Couple empty wood boxes. Keeping track of the wood that I'm using in the boiler. Oh, while we're here, I've been still working on this Jeep. It's still here, and I still haven't got the distributor out of it. I'm getting to the point where I think I'm just going to destroy that distributor. I think I'm going to take the next plan is to take this air cleaner off. Then I'm going to make a box to go over the top of this in steel with a socket on it so I can turn it. But I've been wedging boards against it. Real smart man said, heat that thing up as hot as you can, melt wax down it. You can't see it, but there's all sorts of wax melted all over that. But that didn't seem to want to break loose. I got my PV blaster that I put on there continuously. I ordered some stuff through eBay and it got lost in the mail. I never got it and refunded the money, and I got to, that was some kind of rust thing. Anyhow, I am still working on that. I work on it probably 10 or 15 minutes. I got that big 5-pound sledgehammer or slide hammer that I try pulling on it. It really doesn't, it hadn't budged it. It has not moved at all. Look at that. In here it's probably nice and toasty warm. I bet there's animals that bed down in here at night. I'm surprised all the wind we got. Now see, I'm freezing and sticking and freezing and sticking and freezing and sticking. It's weird. The ground is just, now here it's pretty nice. All this nice sawdust. Lordy, what a mess. I got to start setting mouse traps. If you guys been here the last couple years ago, last few years, you know this is about the time of the year I start putting mouse traps up. Can you see those steel things up there? I don't know what they're called. I'm going to zoom you in. You still can't see it too well. There it is. Anyhow, they're all screwed in right now with 3-inch deck screws or heavy-duty screws. But I have holes in there to put, they've already been drilled to put bolts in there. And the bolts are already back here. It's just, I couldn't put that up till I got the top purlin on. There's a purlin that's above that, I think. Where am I going? Yeah, this is all, you can see, that's just water. It's just, and the water's running here. See, I got the top purlin on there now. We got the 3 rows of purlins on there. And so those bolts are going to come through here, but they'll be carriage bolts and bolt on the far side. Oh, look at that. The wind has blown the cover off the saw. It's been pretty breezy down here. I think if I put it on, I'll probably just blow it off again. Look at that, guys. You're still here. I'll put this on. Yeah, not much point in it. It's stuck over here on this. But I don't want it to blow in the mud. But now that the sun's coming in, oh lordy, I put a contour sheet on here. I think it was probably one that the dogs used to sleep on. While I'm here, I'm doing this. This must have had water on it, 'cause somewhere this got water on it, because that's wet right there. If I tuck that in nice and tight there, maybe it'll stay. A little bit too breezy. Oh, already came out of this side, didn't it? I need a number 4. I don't know if there's any number 4s down here. You guys don't, you probably heard the story of number 4. I don't see any number 4s. It's kind of a wedgie type thing. Oh, this thing blew over. That's the box that my new saw blade came in. I did put that down there, but look at that, all this blew up that way. There ain't much you can do with all this wind here. You can tie as much as you want down. It's just gonna blow. You know, this is a pretty good wedged piece here. We'll wedge this in. And maybe that'll, I gotta set you guys down for a second. Maybe you can see it. You keep falling over. Sorry about that. Here, I'll put that there. Forget it, guys. There. That's pretty well wedged in there now. It might stay. All right, here we are at the sawmill. I'll tell you what happened. It just zoomed out on me. This camera kind of does what it wants to do. Now I figure if I was outside in this cold, this is a brand new charger. Well, it is a brand new battery, fairly new. It's only, I got it right before I went up the Bunyan show, but in this cold weather, it just knocks that battery right out. But I would saw, but you know, it's too cold to put the motor through what it needs to start it up. I just don't want to do it. You can kind of catch an idea how sloppy it is down here. While we're down here, I'm slipping and sliding. There's a ton of water right there. There's the leaves. There's the leaves. I do have a video. When I was doing the leaves, I lost one of the C-clamps that holds the back of the vacuum together down in the pile of leaves, and I couldn't find it. And I did a video where I came down with a metal detector, and I bet it didn't take me but a few minutes to find. But I did find it. I don't know, I might have to put that one on there. But you can see how this rain washed. We got a gully all the way down there, all the way through here, up here. When I used to have a garden here, this used to be all garden here, okay? There was none of this here. That wasn't there. The trees weren't there. And we gardened all the way out to the road up there. That mound of dirt wasn't there. But the rain would come down and wash out the garden so bad. I don't know if it shows up in this or not, but there's a berm that I built up all the way down here and down the other side. Well, that water comes off the field, then comes through here, and you can see the path here was about 3 foot. It just kind of washed through. So we'll walk up to the boiler, and that about do it for tonight's video. I got no idea. Tomorrow being Christmas Eve, we got this place to go and that place to go, and then we got to be back here, and then we got to be over there, and same with Christmas. So I think might be a little limited on videos unless I put that. If you leave me a comment if you want me to put that video on me finding that C-clamp in the leaves from back when I was doing the leaves. Tell me yes or no, or yeah, put it on, and I can put it on. I have a few other old videos that are just, I've been cleaning out the computer again. Whew. That walk up was a long walk. You can see you can't really see the mud. It leaves the tracks. Got the wood up. For all the rain, I had my plastic down. So, anyhow, that's going to wrap it up for now. You guys have a Merry Christmas. If I put a couple other videos on, they probably won't say Merry Christmas on them. But this one says Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy whatever you're going to celebrate, because it's a good time of the year to be happy. Every time's a good year to be happy. Anyhow, this is kind of a rambling on nothing show, but it's what's going on here. I gotta go. Oh man, I'm out of breath. That is too far. We walked all the way down there. That's too far for this old fart. It's toasty in here. All right, I'm glad you came along. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and send it to a friend. Bye-bye.